straight up harder to play into Blacklist, right? Blacklist doesn't have quite the same front to back, but they have a very good composition for engaging and disengaging. There's a lot of freedom in the way they approach their angles because of this Matilda and just how high mobility their heroes are in general. In that sense, they actually can just go and gank whichever lane that Cho is not in, because I think ONIC Philippines doesn't have very tanky heroes in the first place. So that's something they will have to worry about a little bit going into game number 2.
Oh, hear it out, guys. Match number 2 for our team of Blacklist International versus ONIC Philippines. Going in for a fight with Brusco. A little bit of MSG coming in for a fight with Super Prince as well. It's just going to be a little bit of damage coming in, but it's not going to be enough to pull through any of the first blood just yet.
Looking at the emblem setup, I'm not seeing anything too unusual from either side here. I think they're all going for pretty typical emblem sets. In terms of scaling, I think Blacklist has a very, very nice curve, actually. Early, mid-game are all very solid. ONIC does have some good burst if they're able to set up with the Cho and the Farsa. Way the Dragon into Feathered Airstrike is basically a guaranteed kill on almost anyone if the Matilda is not close enough to save them. But even then, it's hard to really fulfill the conditions.
The fact that we are seeing that Brusco try to actually go in for the fight, try to actually tease in. A lot of the extension coming in from ONIC, try to pull in, but King Kong gonna go all out with the ultimate, trying to push in straight to Blacklist. Just a little bit of tease. I think pretty much he's just trying to get as much input as possible for ONIC to get the location-wise of Blacklist himself. But here on mids, they do still try to actually tease a little bit of those fight as well. Again, try to pull in as well. Brusco push into Ziva, but doesn't get anything.
One thing ONIC has is lane priority, though. Kirk as well as KELRA are both actually winning their lanes. That gives them a bit more freedom to move on the map, but Turtle's getting low.
RWM been put out right here, and Turtle will be picked up by Blacklist to be stolen itself. But again, those Cream almost able to get a lot of the damage to the Blacklist, but it's still a win for them with that Turtle on their side.
Yeah, with a composition like this, it's going to be very hard for ONIC to just run into the real-world manipulation, so Haji can just stand there and pop it, but it looks like it doesn't matter too much to ONIC as King Kong just walks into the jungle and steals the purple buff away from MP. Up until now, the Alpha has been keeping ahead in EXP because ONIC just generally have been more active in invading Blacklist's half of the map. The lack of lane priority means that they won't often have backup that ONIC needs to worry about, and that is one way that they can keep themselves ahead in terms of farm.
Coming in for a fight, GM Peatman getting into Kurt. 1v1, a lot of damage been put out. Goes in for straight, but oh, and PP pushing in as well, try to clear it off, but it's not gonna be easy as Kurt pulls away straight.
The vengeance gonna be forced out there. Kirk had to use it. If he didn't use it, MP would have absolutely killed him under the tower right there. So good coordination from Blacklist. JM definitely went for that initiation because he knew that the Joy was nearby to maybe get the free kill. But baiting out the battle spell is still very good as well. Now they're trying to gank JM instead.
Oh, going in all out, JM Peatman straight on 3v1 situation. First blood comes through from King Kong, but KELRA at the same time will be pushed out by Outplay and Perziva. Is it gonna be enough? RWM been put out, but doesn't actually lock anyone. Zaman Force also been put out. KELRA almost been turned, but the resources of 3 players. So much of investment had to be done by Playlist just to get that one player. But at the same time, RG tried to push into Super Prince as well. Oh, so much damage. But here Brusco clears it out into straight off the tower to get the trait they want.
Honestly, the fact that KELRA survived that long against a 3-man gank is insane. And it is because he survived that long and actually traded so well against Outplayed that ONIC was able to whittle him down and eventually pick him off with Brusco. First though, now being the target.
Kirk will be immediately shut down by Perziva. Those gang up will not help him as Blacklist will be able to clear it out to at least get it to 2-2 ties up for kills.
I'm liking the activeness I'm seeing from both teams right now. There is actually a certain similarity in the way that their drafts are played, especially around power spikes as well. Due to that, both teams want to be able to secure advantage by getting lane priority in both of the side lanes that will enable them to unlock their members to participate in more general team fights around neutrals. Kirk, unfortunately, getting punished quite heavily. Oh,
and going in all out, Brusco shuts down MPPP. And that's going to be a one trade-off that's great coming in from ONIC. Overextension that is done by Blacklist just cost them 1 life.
and that was a bit of a mistake right there from Blacklist. They didn't realize Briscoe was nearby, and by the time he showed himself, MP was already too deep. And now Perxivan gonna be forced to use Flicker as well to escape King Kong. RWM comes out.
RWM tried to lock down to King Kong, almost able to actually shut him down, but he moves away immediately. And with the circling eagles as well, try to find off his location. It's not going to be Percival. Had to move away, but at the same time, right here, Brusco immediately with the waves of Dragon. Haji will be able to take down KELRA with Brusco being shut down by MPP.
That was insanely close. Actually, KELRA almost picked off Haji. If he was able to get that last hit, then he would have survived just long enough to maybe dash away from MP as well. But because it didn't happen, Blacklist ended up coming on top in that one, since ONIC were very deep in their base and they have a little bit more sustainability to play with. In terms of itemization, Flash completed on Matilda, Flicker from JM, Kirk in trouble now.
Oh, even Pigman is also in trouble. And actually double with that. Blacklist finally stepping into the grounds of ONIC and try to actually punish them as a team. They're trying to actually gang up and doing what is necessary to actually get a hold of the situation. With the economy wise, we do see that still ONIC is right on the lead with 2,000 on their hands, but King Kong made it even more possible with the turtle in their hands. That's 2 turtles already been collected by ONIC.
Now just short of a 3k lead in favor of ONIC Philippines as we approach the 7-minute mark. Kill score is still even, but we're starting to reach the stage where it's more comfortable for ONIC to roam around independently, while Blacklist still actually needs to play somewhat together since they're relying quite heavily on the Matilda and Eve to set up team fights. Because of this, we can see that the macro on the map is a lot easier to control for ONIC's side. They can just send one member to a lane, push it out, and force Blacklist to respawn since they have to rotate largely together. This is making it very difficult for Blacklist to actually contest the neutrals.
But going in all out to Kirk. Kirk try to move away as quickly as possible, but it seems that MPP will deny it immediately with the electrifying beast as well. But Brusco try to come along, try to connect the dot, but it's already been done deal for the Blacklist.
ONIC, they definitely risk getting picked off because they're sending people so deep to push lanes, but it's actually worth it for them right now. There's no point in them trying to force a straight up 5v5 because they know that not only is it more suited to Blacklist to line up, it's also a more comfortable gameplay style for Blacklist in the first place. So ONIC wants to keep them running around the map instead. They're not worried about maybe throwing bodies away in exchange for structures.
But here now, Brusco will be going in for the Waves of Dragon, shutting down Pigman immediately, but Pigman was able to move away. But the same time, Haji at lost cause almost been taken out. Zabanfo's been put out at investment, try to lock things out, but Blacklist will not be able to be shut down immediately by ONIC.
A good disengage here from Blacklist, and we're already starting to see the impact of this Matilda as a whole, right? That Flask of the Oasis shield is keeping people alive in situations where they should otherwise be dead 100%. JM with the kick into the feathered airstrike should have actually died even as a Hilda, but the extra shielding gave the HP needed for him to survive, and now the Holy Crystal and Berserker's Fury are completed for Blacklist.
Coming in, Kirk will be right in open. Pinkman takes down Kirk immediately. King Kong try to finish it off with Pinkman as well. Farsa comes in right here as they try to actually immobilize King Kong, but King Kong almost being shut down, trying to pull away, but Super Fist able to take down Haji, but Pinkman traded off for King Kong, but at the same time outplay, trying to move away, try to get that kill as much as possible, but KELRA managed to push off the team of Blacklist, and this is where the fine line of Blacklist, they don't want to mess it up. They did manage to get some kills, they did manage to get some wins for themselves, but Pinkman gonna go all out, gonna overextend himself, pushing in, and Pinkman gonna push off with the Zaman first been done, and Hero now getting double kill to shut down outplay as well.
And this is why he's called the gold standard, ladies and gentlemen. ONIC Philippines, doesn't matter how many bodies they throw, how many people they have to trade, as long as KELRA is kept alive. And even MP knows that he cannot make the same mistake he did in game number 1. This is no longer a situation where you can just dive and hope to get a kill on the goal lane. KELRA is going insane right now.
Another one with Hardy as well. Oh, another one to be shut it down. That's a great kill coming in from KELRA to push into Blacklist. All of the formation that was done by Blacklist now lost with KELRA shutting them down.
Oh my goodness, this is insane right now. KELRA. And he's still going as well. The amount of action that this Harif is participating in. Even JM being forced back by defended airstrike. ONIC, there is so much faith in each other in the way they approach this game. The way that they take these team fights can fall apart so quickly if a single player messes up. But they know they can put their faith in each other. They've got each other's backs. They will commit to whatever their responsibilities are, where they are most needed. If you're gonna dive the backline with the gold laner, you are going to see it happen from ONIC Philippines, and because of that, they have the Lord. They're gonna push in mid lane.
Now Brusco looking for a way here. We do see KELRA going into the tower already. Brusco pushing in with the Waves of Dragon. Takes down already for the one. RWM been put out. They're trying to lock on to straight away to ONIC, but it's not going to do it any favor. Zamafon been put out by Haji, but Haji managed to pull away. But here on out, Lord goes into the crystal. They have to defend it, but it's already half a lifeline. But Lord was able to take it down before they would take it into a casualty. But ONIC's not done yet. They're going in all out to King Kong. Not going to be enough. MPP will be the one to be shut down by King Kong with a lot of the investment was done, and it's not gonna be easy with Blacklist. Try to shut down all of the marching of the minions, and at the same time here, God's going in all out to outplay, but he's overextending. He will be taken down by Percival. But at the same time here, we do see King Kong pushing out to Percival again, as well as Pinkman. We do see KELRA going out with the Zaman Force to log it out, but Aura almost openly shut down. But here he goes in for the Synchron Vision as a dash. He gets the double kill, and now they managed to clear out the match number 1 into the hands of ONIC Philippines with 2-0.
The second half of the game will now officially